In this video, I'll be showing off 10 brand new exotic weapons I came up with. If you happen to enjoy this video, consider leaving a like and subscribing and using code WATSOG in the Fortnite item shop. Also remember, at 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to be ranking every single Fortnite skin, so make sure to subscribe. Alright, let's get straight into the video. Alright, first we have the Lawless Wild Wasp Rifle. This is an exotic version of the Ranger Assault Rifle, and when you damage an opponent with the Lawless Wild Wasp Rifle, a swarm of wild wasps will spawn and chase your opponent. If you don't remember what wild wasps are, those are the little bugs in the jar from Chapter 4 Season 3 that were basically just a stink bomb, but they would like follow you a little bit. They were kind of weird, but I think this would be an interesting weapon, and I think it would be kind of like a better version of the stink hunting rifle, because that weapon, it was good because it was a hunting rifle, but the stink effect really had nothing to do with why it was good. It was just good because the base weapon was already good. The Ranger Assault Rifle is just kind of an alright weapon, but this would make the weapon a bit better, you know? It would basically spawn a stink cloud every time you hit your opponent, which with an AR is a lot better because it's more spammable, you know? This weapon's not too spammable because it's a slow firing AR, but still it could do the job well, and I think it's a solid idea for an exotic weapon. Next, we have the Lawless Cluster Shotgun. This is an exotic version of the Sentinel Pump Shotgun, and when you hit an opponent with the Lawless Cluster Shotgun, a mini cluster clinger will attach to your opponent, and this cluster clinger only does a total of 30 damage, so each explosion will do 10 damage. So, you know, not too powerful of an explosion there, but 30 extra damage can do a lot, especially with a shotgun that's already this strong, you know? Sentinel Pump is already a good weapon, and if you just add extra 30 damage onto it, as well as like explosive radius, you know, explosive slash damage, I think this would be a very good weapon. I think it would be like a top tier exotic weapon. Might be a little bit too powerful, but who knows? The explosive mammoth pistol is not too crazy, so we'll see. We'll see how good this weapon would actually be. Next, we have the Lawless Lock-On SMG. When you shoot this weapon at your opponent, the bullets you shoot have a 35% chance to lock onto your target and guarantee damage. So basically, around a third of the time, you just get aimbot, essentially. So you could just be shooting in the general area, and like around a third of your shots would be aimbot, basically. This would be an exotic version of the Veiled Precision SMG. So if you're looking at a Veiled Precision SMG, essentially you get 21 shots per clip. So basically 7% of your shots are like always guaranteed to hit as long as you're looking in the direction of your opponent. So it's just basically the Veiled Precision SMG, but you're guaranteed damage. So you could like unload a whole clip, and instead of maybe missing every single shot, you get like 7 off. So I think it would be solid. I think this would be a good weapon, obviously. Maybe a bit too broken again, but who knows? Who really knows? Next, we have the Lawless Inferno SMG. This is an exotic version of the Surgefire SMG. I don't know why it says Veiled Precision SMG on the bottom, but just ignore that. It's a Surgefire SMG. And this says, when you empty the clip of the Lawless Inferno SMG, a small fire explosion goes off, lighting nearby structures on fire. So basically, it's just like a little gas can when you empty the clip. So that last shot goes off, boom, little fire explosion. Now everything's on fire. I feel like this weapon would be a little bit annoying to fight against because obviously the whole gimmick is that it shoots faster the longer you hold it. So it might be a little bit annoying to fight against, but who knows? Who really knows? Could be interesting to see. Next, we have the Lawless Gilded Pistol. This is an exotic version of the Suppressed Pistol, the second exotic suppressed pistol, and basically when you damage an opponent with the Lawless Gilded Pistol, you'll get the Gold Rush effect. And additionally, this is a second level bonus effect. When you eliminate an opponent with the Lawless Gilded Pistol, they will drop extra gold. So, you know, whole gold thing with this weapon, pretty solid. I think this would be a definite improvement on the suppressed pistol. I mean, you're basically getting better movement. So basically you hit someone and you can just rush them immediately. So easy way to close the distance, and extra gold is always nice. Not really too needed in this season, but you know, could be fun nonetheless. Next, we have the Lawless Icy Burst Rifle. This is obviously an exotic version of the Striker Burst Rifle, and when you damage an opponent with the Lawless Icy Burst Rifle, your opponent will gain the Icy Feet effect. So basically, this will just disorient whoever you're fighting against. The Icy Feet effect in itself isn't bad, it isn't really a disadvantage, but if someone just gets it out of nowhere, building is going to be basically impossible. It's going to be really difficult. You can't build ramps. You can really only box yourself in at that point, so a little bit annoying. And yeah, I feel like this would just cause a little bit of a hindrance to your opponent. Next, we have the Lawless Siphon Rifle. This is an exotic version of the Fury Assault Rifle, not currently in the game, but who cares? Who really cares? When you damage an opponent with the Lawless Siphon Rifle, you will gain a small amount of health and shield. Basically Deadpool's pistols from Chapter 2 Season 2, but on the Fury Assault Rifle instead. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit of siphon, you know? Nothing too crazy. Next, we have the Lawless Fireball Shotgun. This is an exotic version of the Oni shotgun, and this one's a bit interesting. This shotgun shoots once before having to reload, so doesn't shoot twice, not a double barrel like the regular Oni shotgun, more like a Ranger shotgun. And it takes 2 pellets every shot, so kind of like the twin fire. When you shoot this weapon, it will shoot a fireball similar to the Fire Oni mask that will track down the target that this weapon was aimed at. So basically, it's a fire mask that has infinite uses as long as you can find shotgun ammo. That's basically what this is. I think this would be a solid weapon. I don't know if it would be really that crazy, but seems fun, you know? Next, we have the Lawless Impulse Shotgun. This is an exotic version of the Outlaw Shotgun, and when you damage an opponent with the Lawless Impulse Shotgun, your opponent will be knocked back as if they were hit by an impulse grenade, meaning they will take fall damage if they fall far enough. So, this is kind of like the Dub Shotgun, but strictly a negative for your opponent. So when you hit someone with the Dub Shotgun, it would knock them back, but I don't think it would cause them fall damage, and it would also knock you back. But this just knocks your opponent back, and it guarantees fall damage as long as they're falling far enough. So could be solid. Might have the same problem as the Dub where you knock them back far enough and the shotgun doesn't really work. So it's really a bit situational, but I think it'd be fun, you know? I think it'd be interesting in fights where you're like on top of like a mountain or something, and then you shoot them and then boom, they're dead, you know? Could be fun. Who knows? Next, we have the Lawless Shadow Drum Gun. This is obviously an exotic drum gun, and when you eliminate an opponent with the Lawless Shadow Drum Gun, you will be granted the Shadow Bomb effect for a short period of time. So, it will just be a nice way to get some movement. Maybe if you're getting third party, this would help you out a little bit, you know? Could be fun, could be interesting, and, you know, the drum gun, the Midas drum gun that's in the game right now is actually really solid, so maybe this one will be good too. Who knows? Alright, if you guys enjoyed that video, consider leaving a like and subscribing and using code WATSOG in the Fortnite item shop. Also remember, at 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to be ranking every single Fortnite skin, so make sure to subscribe. Alright, see you in the next one. Later.